getting into the beginning of August. It's another beautiful, hot, sunny day here in South Florida. It's been extremely hot. It's causing lots of issues with the coral reefs out there. I'm a little in a different attire today. We're headed out to the Bahamas to do some on the water and underwater research this coming week, and hope to come back with some really cool video and explanations of our excursion to the Bahamas. Hey Ollie, there is the attack dog. We've been working on this project for FJ continuously. Finally ended up yesterday getting in the new order from Germany for Deltech. You've got a lot of fleece rollers, Deltec E-flow pumps there, and a whole ton of Deltec equipment here on the floor that's been inventoried in. We have several of the pallets already up, so if you had any Deltec back order, it should be in stock now, and it probably would have shipped yesterday. One of the things we were doing is waiting for that CRTT to come in.
The new toys came in. All the Deltec components are here. We're excited to start putting them in.
So we have that CRTT in there. It fits in nice and cleanly. A little more challenging to get to. However, when you need to get to it, you can. You simply take it apart, pull it out, service it appropriately, and go from there. So with all the pieces of equipment in, we had a few questions too. You have your fleece filter here, your calcium reactor here, your protein skimmer here. They're all in this containment zone in the back of the sump. I've done this through the years in different style sump builds, but in particular, what happens is you have a constant water level. One of the things that's really important with operating a protein skimmer or operating a piece of equipment is where exactly it sits in the level of the sump. You could just put a grid down and go ahead and put the equipment on a grid that, let's say, is 12 inches off the floor, 16 inches off the floor of the sump, and then have a constant water level of 5 inches above that or 7 inches above that. However, if you have a float switch for your RO water makeup like we have here, which is the CHEMI-PURE LLC unit right here, we use these pretty significantly on all of our custom projects, and then we have a mechanical float too. You're gonna have a swing of water level differential before it actuates of about 3/4 of an inch to 1 inch. So that will affect how your skimmer operates. It isn't consistent. When you have a consistent water level like we're gonna have here, it's about 7.5, 8 inches operating, it's always gonna be the same. So when you make an adjustment on the protein skimmer up or down with the knob back here, you're going to affect the pressures in the skimmer body, and if that water level is always constant, it's always going to be constant. So I can actually turn off the pumps, leave everything sitting inside there, and they're still in the same amount of water. It isn't like it got high and then the skimmer starts overflowing. That's one of the big things, is when you're doing a really big installation and you have a 7000i or a really big Deltec skimmer in your sump, you turn off the pumps and the skimmer starts overflowing, and some of the stuff's going back into the sump, and everybody's jumping around to try to turn off the skimmers. I can leave everything running, turn off the 2 pumps, and nothing will happen to anything else that's in there. I don't have to just go turn off each piece of equipment and then turn the pumps off. So that's really the main reason. The also other aspect of this whole open space, we'll call it, is ease of access for cleaning. You're gonna have water going in here from some of the drains over this area, from the filter zone to the floss area, down through here, about 13.5 inches, 14 inches of water across the whole sump. So you'll have a big area of volume. And you can easily get in here and siphon this out with a siphon hose whenever you want to siphon the sump. Another question we had was about this blue mesh. This stuff right here usually is sold into the market from Lifeguard Aquatics. It's used in the koi industry or pond industry. There's green, there's black, there's a couple colors of it in different thicknesses or different densities, allowing water to go through it. So this is a finer density, the blue, and these here, they're usually kept in place by simple water pressure. Like here, you got a stopper here, you got a stop block here and a stop block back there. And not only are they biological, but they serve the purpose of slowing down or stopping bubbles that go through. Just like an electrostatic filter on your AC unit at the house, those filters are there for a reason, to slow down particulate, to stop particulate from getting into the intakes for the pumps. But it's great mesh. We use it in here for the bubbles, but also it's biological. We had discussions about a kalkwasser unit on here. There was a couple questions that came back to us several times. I didn't plan on it in here. We've had our mixer on the 1680 up on the front lobby aquarium. That 3-tier calcium reactor that I designed is working super well. We can use something like that either above the aquarium or in a different location. The RO system is not here. It's in a separate location at the FJ Props area. We'll have a mixing water transfer tank there too for doing salt water changes. So our feeling is to go ahead and have the calc water mixer there and then meter that water over and in to the aquarium through a DOS system. So we'll be able to use calc water, though it's not going to rest under the aquarium. So you'll see that as that's installed later into this month onto the systems. We're pretty close now. I think we're almost ready to get this delivered out. So I'm gonna try to schedule this in when I get back. And it's really coming together well. We're heading off to the Bahamas today. We're doing work out there for a week. We'll see you when we get back. But remember to like, subscribe, and send us your questions. We'll see you next time.